Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy, and I am so happy that you have joined me this week. This is your weekly reading for June 16th to the 22nd. For those of you that are new to my channel, I want to thank you and welcome you. And those that are returning, welcome back. I want to thank everyone for all their likes, their shares, subscriptions to my channel. It helps my channel grow. I appreciate all that support, and I really do love the comments that you leave. It again helps me to connect with your energy, and it just makes the reading stronger and stronger each week the more Cancerians that join my channel. So thank you so very much for being here. Now, Cancer, let's get into your reading. Of course, we're going to go through your incoming current energies. We're going to get tarot cards. We're going to do some angel messages. We're going to find out really what is happening. Now, before we move on with the reading, we are going to get your angel number and the message that is tied to that energy. And we will reveal it at the end of the reading. So let's see what that card is. And like I said, we will reveal it at the end, see how it ties the reading together. All right, Cancer, we're going to get into those incoming energies now. So Spirit Angels Guides for the beautiful sign Cancer. What's happening this week? What can we look forward to? What are some of the positive aspects of what's going on this week? All right. Wow. You've got quite the energies going on here, Cancer. So let's take them one by one. All right, and then of course we will get tarot cards to explain these a little bit more in detail. We're going to start though with number 41, soulmates. Soulmates, all right, well, that's kind of a generic term. When we think of soulmates, we think of the person that we are meant and destined to be with love. But soulmates aren't always somebody that we are in love with or in a romantic relationship with. Soulmates can be the partnership that we have with our best friend, with family members. It can be, soulmates are going to vary on so many different levels. And it depends on how your belief system goes with soulmates. But with this card coming up, I feel like there is a soul connection that you do have with another individual. And it's something that pales in comparison to any other relationship that you have. It is somebody who I think that is a lifelong soulmate. It's somebody that you, again, your energies and your spiritual beliefs are really in sync. And I feel like there's a reason that this is coming up. I think there could be some things that are going on for some of you, Cancer, where you've been feeling a little alone. And maybe right now is the time to be calling out to that soulmate, maybe communicating, because they can give you some wisdom. They can give you a shoulder to hold on to. I feel like there's a very much supportive systems around you right now because there is something in your life that you are ready to close a cycle with. The Unfinished Symphony, number 10. I love the number 10 because number 10 is in numerology about a completed phase. We want to close something that we have left open. So what is it that you haven't been able to grasp control of and to be able to put it to completion so that you can put it behind you? What is that? It's going to be different for all of you. Because whatever this unfinished symphony is, Cancer, it's making you feel orphaned. And orphaned basically is feeling alone. You feel alone in some sort of situation because maybe you've been having to take on the responsibilities and handle it all on your own. Fives are about adjustments and changes. And this is something that you are internally conflicting with because there's something that is making you feel alone, but you don't have to feel alone because you've got a soulmate connection. You've got somebody. Now, soulmates can be maybe somebody from the other side, somebody that's passed on, an angel, an ancestor. There is a supportive connection around you that wants you to close out a cycle in your life so that you can release yourself from feeling this loneliness. And then you've got number 8, community. So there is a community of help and support. There's people around you, people in your everyday community that are there to give you maybe some wisdom, maybe give you some guidance, but really they're there to give you a hug. They're there to say, listen, you know what? You're not the only one that feels alone. I think a lot of us right now are feeling this unfinished symphony of feeling some sort of loneliness. I think it's just a natural part of life. But what this does, and I think that what this is doing and what's speaking out to me today as a message is that we don't have to continue down the path of isolating ourselves. It is time for you to recognize that your community around you and that the people that you surround yourself with are people that truly, truly care for your well-being. And that there is never a moment where you have to dwell on this feeling, dwell on those feelings of feeling emotionally alone. This is a part of your life that is ready to close out. It is a chapter that you are ready to release yourself from. And let's see what your current energies are so that we can get a little bit more understanding there. But I do see a lot of support there, which is nice. Could be a little bit more of an emotional week for some of you. All right, let's look at these. We've got number 20, Imagine. This is like the Magician card. You know what? You've got a vision. I think you do have a vision for what it is you want out of your life. And again, Cancer, you are much a visionary anyway. You are very in touch with your spirituality and you have psychic abilities. You have the intuition. You can see these cards. You can see these illustrations and you yourself intuitively can sort of pinpoint what areas of your life that these relate to. But the Imagine card is really bringing that vision to life. What is it that you need to do to bring your vision to life? Because I think this is a magical time, Cancer, and I think that you actually have the ability to do that. Currently you're working on your intentions. You're working on what it is you want to manifest in your life. You're also observing things, number 49. You're really, really almost taking a step back. Maybe you have isolated yourself a little bit because you're trying to observe things on a new level. Maybe what you've been manifesting, you feel maybe, maybe that doesn't work for me anymore. Maybe I need to observe things differently and maybe I need to look at it from a different angle and approach it in a different way. And maybe you need to add a little bit more routine into how you manifest. So doing things by the book, number 11, beautiful angel number here. Doing things by the book, maybe with structure. Maybe there's going to be a time of day that's the best time for you to manifest. Maybe writing it out, a vision board. There's going to be something that's going to require you to do things in a routine or with structure. And I think that you are already currently observing things in that way, seeing that, wait a minute, I think that if I start to add this into how I want to set my intentions, you are going to feel more confident with things actually coming to light. All right, let's get right into your tarot cards. We've got soulmates and unfinished symphony. So I really feel like these soulmates that are around you, these people that are really an important part of your everyday, they're an important part of your life, your journey as you move through this life as well. They are there through thick and thin. They help you to release that feeling of loneliness. They're going to help release that because that cycle is coming to an end. And a community is showing you that there's a community of lovely support. So let's find out. Spirit angels, guides for Cancer. Let's get the first 3 cards. We're going to get 9 cards for you. We're going to get all of them. We're going to talk about the first 3, and then we'll get the next 3. All right. We've got King of Swords. King of Swords is air energy. Now, kings are leaders, no gender in the cards. This is, like I said, it's air energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you know your birth chart, you may see that this maybe this is your moon sign. Maybe this is your rising sign. This could be a supportive figure around you as well. They're very direct though, right? So they can be very direct in the way that they speak to you because they're about getting to the facts, right? They want to make sure that they're bringing balance back in. They have a wealth of knowledge to share with you. Very much wise are the swords, for sure. They have a lot of wisdom within them. But the king, he is a master. He is a master in his thought processes, and he can articulate things quite well. So I think that there could be something direct in your life where you're receiving communications. The Princess of Wands. So we've got this beautiful Princess of Wands. Princesses and pages are youthful, young, vibrant energy. If they're not young people in our lives, or they can be representations of us as well, it could be messages that are in their infancy stage. It's a message that's coming. Wands are fiery by nature, meaning this is an inspirational time. There could be a message regarding some sort of transformations in your life. It could have to do with maybe a new contract of some sort as well. Whatever direct information you're getting is bringing some great sense of inspiration here. It's an inspirational message that's coming direct to you. And it's opening up things to new beginnings here because 0, the Fool, is the beginning of the Fool's journey. Ready to venture off into maybe a new direction. Sometimes that can be scary, right? But you're ready because you're closing out a certain part of your life that has been making you feel alone. And I think you are observing things in such a way that you are maybe toying with the idea of taking a little bit of a leap of faith or taking a little bit of risk and venturing in a new direction. So some new beginnings happening there for you, Cancer, which is really nice to see. Let's get the second group of cards. We're going to get 3 cards for the second row. Spirit, angels, guides, thank you, and one more. Awesome. All right. We start with number 14, Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. This is the major arcana number 14. This is, again, blending your world together harmoniously, figuring out how to add peace and joy and contentment into your life. What is it that you need to do? The Temperance card can be about divine timing too, and I believe that the timing is right for you to make some adjustments in your life so that you can bring that balance. So a balance is going to be the key to bringing that joy into your life. There are things in your life emotionally that you, I think, might already feel prepared to walk away from, or you're ready to leave. Leaving a situation that no longer emotionally serves its purpose for you. It happens in our lives all the time. We go through these transitions. There's times when we just realize, you know what, I think I can't really get emotionally out of something any more of that. I need to let it go. It takes a lot of strength with the 8 of Cups. I find that. That's how I feel. You're leaving the drama behind. If there has been some sort of drama going on in your life, maybe with emotions, it can be family members, it can be things at work, it can be even with our finances, because everything in our life is emotionally linked. It's emotionally charged. But you're trying to find that joy and peace and contentment. The best way to do that for some of you is going to be to walk away from whatever this drama is. And that is bringing you in a direction where it's the end of difficulties. The 6 of Swords is the end of those difficulties. You have a greater sense of awareness of what's going on around you, and you realize, you know what, it's time for me to move forward. I'm moving on. And by moving on already, just by thinking of the facts of moving on, even if you haven't physically taken the steps to move on, you already feel free and liberated because it's a choice that you really, you're really committing yourself to. So the 6 of Swords is the end of difficult times. It's moving in a direction where you really see the light at the end of the tunnel. For some of you, you could really be moving. I really feel like some of you are moving to a more peaceful, tranquil place. Maybe it's physically, maybe it's emotionally or spiritually, but there is definitely some sort of movement there. Let's get the last 3 cards, Cancer. Let's find out what the last 3, and then we're going to clarify them. Find out what's going on. All right. The Princess of Coins is, again, another message that's coming. We've got two princesses here, so 2 youthful messages. This is a new opportunity that could be presenting itself to you. It could be a new financial opportunity that may require you to change jobs, change locations, change something with your routine. Something with your structure may be changing. There is a message that's coming with that. You're feeling a little of internal conflict here, the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords can be also seen as a victory, but it can be a victory because you've kind of been put in a position where you really have to stand up for yourself, and you really have to do what you can to get victory from a situation. It could have something to do with a message that's coming in. Again, the 5 of Swords too can be sort of that mental conflict, because swords are to do with communications. There could be a communication blockage somewhere. But we'll find out more again when we get into the clarifying cards. The 8 of Swords, you're feeling trapped. So you're feeling, I think the conflict really here is that for some of you, you are feeling trapped in a situation and you're not quite sure what you need to get yourself out of this. And again, it could be just a feeling. Again, it's that loneliness, right? We have the orphaned energy. So an orphaned energy is going to feel like a conflict. And it's going to feel sometimes like you're blindfolded. You feel like your hands are tied and you've got all these swords around you, but really, you are the person. You're not the person in the mirror. You're the person on the other side of the mirror looking in. It's how you're feeling, it's how you're thinking. But it's not what's actually happening. So we are going to figure out what it is we need to do to move in the right direction, to leave something of our circumstances. So there is some sort of unfinished symphony that is leaving you feeling mentally blocked and feeling trapped. And when we feel trapped and blocked, we feel alone. We are trying to break that chain. And it looks like there's some messages that are coming in. Somebody is going to be direct with you, Cancer. And I think that person and it might even be yourself because there's a realization that's going on here. This is what's going to free you. All right, let's get right into these clarifying cards because I'm anxious to see how they all, like what's happening here. So, King of Swords, Princess of Wands. Let's find out. Somebody being direct, it's a direct message that's coming, but it's an inspirational message. It's charging your energy. This is what we want to see, right? We don't want to be complacent. We want to take action. All right, number 20, Judgment. All right, this is a beautiful card because it's a rebirth, it's a renewal. But there is something in which you need to reevaluate, and it could be something from the past, something that you need to reevaluate, and I think it's going to require some direct communication, some insight, some information. It could be agreements, it could be contracts, it could be something from your past. Past can be years ago, past can be yesterday. Only you will know. But whatever that is, it is a direct communication. It's something that there's no hidden agendas or anything behind this. This is very clear, crisp information that's coming through. And it is about some sort of opportunity that's going to transform your life. Clearing up the things from the past, the unfinished symphony, clearing that up is going to bring you a whole new fresh renewal, which leads you right into the Fool energy, which is the new beginning. So let's see what that is. Princess of Wands and a Fool. I feel like there is some sort of message coming. All right, you got the Eight of Swords again. So what is it about a new beginning or a fresh start that is holding you back? What is it? And you know, this is something you need to give some thought to. There might be something from the past that needs certainly a cleanup, a refresher. It needs a cycle that needs to be closed out. It's something that you need to walk away from. It could be something that is emotionally weighing on you, and what it's causing you to feel is trapped. Again, you don't have to feel this way. You actually have power and control over this situation. This is something that, you know, for some of you, I think the fear of change puts you in the Eight of Swords energy because you figure if I'm trapped, if I'm blindfolded, I have no choice but to not move forward because of the changes that are taking place. But this change could actually be something that's very rewarding for you. And I think that your fear of a renewal could be what is weighing on your mind right now. Let's find out with Temperance and the Eight of Cups. Spirit, angels, guides. We've got the Nine of Cups. All right, the Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment. Your wish fulfillment, your emotional fulfillment. What is it that I need in my life emotionally to bring balance, joy, peace, contentment, happiness back into my life? What is that? You know, this is you really imagining what you want your life circumstances to be. And I think for some of you, your wish is to emotionally leave behind drama. Whatever that drama is that puts you in a situation where you feel like your hands are tied. This is you wishing for the balance, for the joy, for all of that contentment into your life. And I think that the Nine of Cups is your wishes coming to fruition. I think that is part of the cycle that is happening here in this reading today. Your wish to be able to not feel trapped. Your wish to be able to feel free. Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords is breaking free from that. Moving in a more positive direction. And you, in the Six of Swords, you are taking the initiative to do that. Number 11, Justice. I love this. You've got so much balance in the middle of your reading with the Temperance and with the Justice card. Libran energy is what rules the Justice card. But this really is about restoring balance in your life. Now, there are things in your life that you may feel have been unfair. Maybe there has been some unfairness to a certain extent. Maybe it's something to do with legal contracts or any type of contract, whether it's, you know, it can be marriage contracts, it can be work contracts, something in your life where you felt trapped and blindfolded because you felt that you didn't have a voice, or you couldn't speak up, or somebody wasn't listening, or you just felt like you weren't being heard. The Justice card is coming in your reading because by walking away emotionally, letting something go, releasing yourself from this unfinished symphony, brings you closer to your wish fulfillment, and it puts you in a direction that opens up brightness. It opens up the sun, and it shows you that there is a path to be followed that is free of conflict, and it's all coming in justice for you. All right, Cancer, let's move on now to the Princess of Coins and the Five of Swords. There is a message that is coming. Now, there could be a little bit of conflict with that message, but it's more of a mental conflict. It's something that you're thinking about. 5 of Cups. So again, there's some changes, something that's bringing some sadness. So there is some sort of conflict around an emotional, there's something emotionally going on, Cancer, that is causing this. And the 8 of Cups. It's time for you to move on from an emotional situation that no longer serves its purpose. And I think you intuitively know exactly what that situation is. For some of you, it could be a partnership that it's not evolving the way you were hoping. But you have a community of support. You've got a lot of 8s in your reading. This is time to master the things in your life. It's time to take the action so that you can close out so you can close out this feeling. There is not all lost in the 5 of Cups. Right now, there might be a situation where you are feeling a little bit emotionally lost, but there is actually 2 beautiful cups in the tree, and in divine timing, you will feel the healing energy of that. It's going to take a lot of courage on your part to walk away from whatever it is that these emotions that are going on. This is an emotional week, Cancer. Let's find out with the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. And you've got the 4 of Pentacles. You're holding on tightly to something that you need to release. Sometimes we hold on so tightly hoping for change. But you know, that is just, you know, the angels are really saying you can't do that anymore. There is something that's requiring your attention, and it's something that's requiring you to release yourself, to unchain yourself. You know, you've got a door that's chained and locked. You've got hands that are tied up and you're blindfolded. You have to release something. What is it that Cancer has to release? We want to see something. And what's it going to do when you are able to release this? What is it going to do? Okay, it's going to bring you number 19, the Sun. All right, there's definitely something that I think you emotionally have to prepare yourself for this week. I think that there's going to be more fairness and justice served in the purpose of this. I think there is an emotional period of which you're going through something. It could be the loss of something, loss of someone, loss of a situation. I'm not really seeing finances as the loss here. I'm seeing it more of an emotional loss. And it's put you in a position where you really are going to have to look at things from a different lens, a different perspective. Somebody definitely is here to support you by being more direct, to give you the information that you truly need to bring justice into a situation. You are going to have to release yourself from something that you've been holding on to tightly. It's time to also release yourself from how you look at yourself when you look in the mirror. You know, make sure that you aren't feeling trapped. Make sure that you aren't blindfolded. If need be, reach out to your community, reach out to your soulmate, reach out to the people in your life that support you, because they're going to have some very positive information for you. You are moving out of difficulty here, but there is a transitional period as you are moving into a new on a new journey. And I think there's going to be a lot of strength required on your part. But the Sun energy shows that this are all the positive transformations that need to take place. It's almost you're preparing yourself for this new transition. And you will feel a sense of freedom when you're able to unlock those doors and release yourself from what it is you've been holding so tightly onto. Because this unfinished symphony has got to come to a close. There is something that is requiring your attention. And the Sun energy comes up in this reading specifically for you, Cancer, to show you that even though through turbulence and through some obstacles, that the Sun, that the angels, and that your path is being guided by positive actions, and that the things that are happening are going to actually restructure things in your life. They're going to bring the justice back into your life. You've been wanting to do things by the book. You've been wanting to go through a restructure, and that's exactly what's happening here. And the Sun is letting you know, it's a positive reinforcement that your angels are saying, we are lighting the way for you. You're not alone on this journey. We want to help you close out things in your life that no longer emotionally serve their purpose for you. There is actually happiness at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. All right, let's get your angel messages here. These are specific messages for you. They might have a few because this was a big reading. All right, an emotional reading. And I am just the messenger. Please remember, these are just the messages that are coming through this week. It says, surrender to the wonder and awe. It says, open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow, continuing that flow, right? We want to continue the magical flow that is happening, even though it can be frustrating and even though it can be mind-boggling during it. Surrender to frustration. It says frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so that you may approach the situation more calmly. So we need to release that frustration. Surrender your ego. It says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. All right, so that's just a message for some of you. And then they want you to end with this. It says, surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have the magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and a worth that comes from just being you. With all of the transformations and changes that are happening in your life, you know, you don't have to change who you are. You are a wonderful person. You are a wonderful human being. And I really think that that's why this magic that it's saying that you need to surrender to who you are is really followed by that sun energy as well. All right, Cancer, let's get your blessing for the week. Find out what that blessing is. Spirit, angels, guides. You got a lot of 8s in your reading this week. So remember 8s, mastery, action, and accomplishment. And look at this. You got manifestation. Manifestations are key in this reading as well, because remember, you had the Imagine card in your current energies. It says you need to believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself anymore. Believe in yourself. Trust your instincts and follow your heart. For in doing so, you shall manifest all your heart's desires. The life you have for so long aspired to create will soon manifest. See, that life that you really want for yourself, there's a lot of work to be done, okay? There's work to be done this week, and I feel like this is the week where you actually are putting one foot in front of the other and you're saying, this is enough. It's time for me to really, you know, put forth a lot of effort, because I know that my dreams and my wishes are, I am capable of these coming to light. The 9 of Cups and the manifestation card together, you're manifesting your wishes and your hopes. And I believe that a lot of that is going to be followed up. I think we're going to see a lot of changes start to take place. I know this seems like a very overwhelming messages this week, Cancer. I hope they certainly do resonate. Now let's get your angel message. So this is the angel message that relates this together for you. I am supported. You couldn't have got a better reading, because we talked about the support systems that you have right in the beginning with soulmates and community. So it says number 44, your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. You see, even though there might be some challenges and obstacles along the way of this path, you're supported. You're supported not only by people here, humanity, okay? There's human people here on earth that are here to support you. But you've also got your angels, you know, God, your faith, whatever it is you believe in, your spirituality, you know, is there to really help guide you and encourage you to stay on the path that you are on. All right, this is going to really be the path of success for you. Number 44, remember, angel number 44, a very, very encouraging number. 4s are about manifestation. So it links quite nicely with the manifestation blessing that came in your reading as well. Cancer, I want to thank you very much for being here today. I hope that you have a great understanding of the cards. Remember, use your intuition as well to see where you can pick up where this might be parts of what's going on in your situation right now. I appreciate all the comments. Thank you so very much. And until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.